Hey guys, so I want to talk about The View here today because they just didn't get the Hillary Clinton emails about inflation. They really don't get what's going on here. They just talk to the best of their ability, and we know that that's not very good. Marjorie Taylor Greene obviously wants to oust Mike Johnson for good reason. Okay, in my opinion, for good reason, she wants to oust him. All right, we can't seem to get it right because the American people that Marjorie Taylor Greene represents and people like Marjorie Taylor Greene represents don't want to send money to the Ukraine. Is that something that you guys can understand at The View? Probably not. You don't understand that the average American understands that the reason everything's gone up, the cost of everything has gone up, is because of the endless money packages that we keep sending to the Ukraine. But we know that they're not going to get it because, like we always say, they're just very elite. Okay, all right. They're very out of touch with average people. They're never going to get it. I think we can at this point assume that The View is never going to come out and retract anything they say about how awful the Republican Party is. But anyway, I want to go ahead and react to this clip of The View, being oblivious to the fact that the average American is tired of funding the endless wars, and they're okay with endless wars because they really don't get it. They really don't care that people are dying in endless wars. It's just really hard for me to believe that, but I got to keep saying it because I just don't understand why they don't get it. I really don't. But I got some kind of clue, but it may be me working for Satan. But I would just want to go ahead and run this so you can hear the nonsense.
So apparently the Republican lines are being drawn in the House right now. And Speaker Mike Johnson's future he's another one hanging in the balance. And here's how he's responding to Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is leading the charge to put him out of a job. Take a look.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Mm-hmm.
No fan of yours.
Bless her heart. Yeah.
Is she a serious lawmaker?
I don't think she's proving to be. No, I don't spend a lot of time thinking about her.
The Uniparty is Make Ukraine Great Again. The Uniparty is all about funding every single foreign war. They think this is the business model that needs to be done.
It's almost like nobody hears her saying this stuff. Like, why is she complaining about funding endless wars? Like, are these people so callous on The View that they don't understand that we don't want to fund endless wars, that our hearts go out to anyone losing life, that we don't want to cause the death of hundreds of thousands of people because of our tax dollars? We don't want to fund those wars. We want those countries to work things out on their own. We do not want to fund wars. Why can't these people understand that? Okay, if you had to send these people out, any of them, at The View, if they had to send their children out to fight a war, what do you think that they would say about having to send their children to fight a war? Do you think that they would allow their kids to go out and fight a war, bro? They don't get it. They don't understand. That's what we are in America, man.
And so next week, I am going to be calling this motion to vacate. Absolutely calling it. I can't.
Good. We want her to call the motion to vacate. The average American wants her to do that. The people who are paying close attention to this want Marjorie Taylor Greene to do exactly what she's doing, because Mike Johnson has proven to be a coward. He's proven to crumble. He's been a totally different guy, apparently, than what we initially thought he would be coming into the speaker position. He's not who we thought he was. So the only problem with the Republican Party, in my eyes, is that they're cowards. They will not stand up when it's most needed. When the American people clearly say we don't want wars, we don't want to fund the Ukraine anymore, we want to secure our borders. but they just don't get it. They ignore us and then try to make it seem like Marjorie Taylor Greene is absolutely nuts for saying this. Like she's causing a bunch of trouble or something when they're funding the actual wars that are killing people. A lot of these Ukrainian soldiers and Russian soldiers that are killing each other are probably just 18, 19, 20 years old. Really. That's what we're talking about here. And these people act like they are absolutely oblivious. It drives me wild, man.
Can't wait to see Democrats go out and support a Republican speaker and have to go home to their primaries and have to run for Congress again, having supported a Republican speaker.
You know, Marge, I think everybody's just trying to support somebody who can get work done.
Yeah.
What's the work being done, Whoopi? What's the work that we need to get done? Why don't you talk about the actual work? Because you don't know anything about the work that needs to be done. All right, the work is not taking American tax dollars, paying for endless wars. That's not work. All right, that's theft. All right, that's exactly what that is, and it's murder. That's what it is, Whoopi, that you're sitting up here talking so good about. That's what you're pushing right now. That's what you're pushing. Instead of getting behind Marjorie Taylor Greene and saying, you know, this woman's she's making comments. Marjorie Taylor Greene is yelling to the moon, screaming and hollering. I wish there were more Congress members like Marjorie Taylor Greene. I really wish it. I'm praying about it. Because you got these psychopaths here that get on the TV and tell their viewers that this woman is crazy, and they clap like they are oblivious to anything that's going on right now. But I bet if the wars were happening here in the United States of America, if it was on our soil, this would change everybody's mind about how wars looked at, you know?
That's good. And if, and the Democrats know exactly who he is. They know exactly where he stands on things. So you're hoping that all the Democrats keep him in power so that you can say, see, you think what we think, but we don't. We don't think that at all. Mm-hmm. We're thinking, hey, you really want to make America great again? Make it work.
Yeah.
Make the country work, which you are not doing. Yeah. So Democrats have been talking about saving the speaker's job, which puts them in an awkward position, as I said, of backing someone who helped to try and overturn the 2020 election results, is currently trying to strip abortion rights. So the question is this guy worth saving? I think the bigger question is the country worth saving.
That's the question.
So she's talking about saving our country right now on The View, okay? This is absolutely ridiculous, all right? Saving our country. These people are so far out of touch. Like, I don't even know what else to say about them. They're just gone, okay? They're gone. They don't know what they're talking about. Literally. They never say anything smart here, ever. They just don't. How are we saving the country here, okay? How are we saving the country, Whoopi? I really like to sit down with Whoopi and ask her, how do you think we should save, what's saving the country? Keeping everybody's jobs at the government? And what's the government done for the people? Y'all need to start interviewing some people on the real streets and ask them what the government is actually doing to help them in their lives. All right. Because funding endless wars, opening borders so that criminal and cartel members can come in and send, so the cartels can send people here illegally. All right. Bringing drugs. All right. Do you remember that story in New York about the fentanyl that they found in a daycare center? Yeah, these are all Spanish populated places here with illegal people crawling everywhere. What are you talking about, Whoopi? What do you mean when you say that? Because it doesn't make any sense. All right, your politics is just all wrong. It really is, in my opinion.
That's the big question.
I think you hit it, the nail on the head. The bottom line is Congress has been so dysfunctional. Mm-hmm. They haven't been able to do the work of the country. They haven't been able to do the work of the people. And it's going to take bipartisan.
Oh, they've been doing a lot of work, if you want to talk about in terms of giving away money. Yeah, that's a hard job, isn't it? Is it a hard job to steal the taxpayer dollars? Is that a hard job? And then complain that the taxpayers don't want to pay taxes because of the endless wars they're funding with their money? Huh? Is that work to steal people's money? Is that what you guys are talking about? As you guys that make so much money, it doesn't even matter how many taxes you pay. It doesn't hurt you. You don't feel it in your pockets. But you get on TV and lie to people, and that's how you make your money. And then you push wars. Like, don't you understand? You guys remember when Lindsey Graham had the audacity to say that Russians were dying and it's the greatest money he's ever spent? Do y'all remember that? Let me refresh your memory.
Free or die.
Free or die.
Now you are free,
Yes.
and we will be.
And the Russians are dying. The things you do for your country.
Thank you very much for your coming. Thank you very much. Thanks, United States, people of the United States for all big support. President Biden, bipartisan
Yes.
support, Congress, and really, we thank you so much.
Bipartisan support.
Yes, it's very important, so we appreciate for, we know that from first days, we have total support, it's about 38 billion, and big support, very
The
important.
best money we've ever spent.
Yeah, so don't tell me that they need to do the work of the country, because that's not work, what they're doing. All right. This is weakness. All right. That's what we're doing. All right. All right. We can talk about Vladimir Putin taking over Ukraine. We ain't got nothing to do with that, bro. We don't got anything to do with that. The American people are tired of paying for it. That's why we have inflation, whoopee. All right. You don't know what that word means? Inflation. That's why we have it.
Citizenship, and it's going to take the grown-ups in the room to get to corral the cats in Congress. That's exactly what's happening.
I wish these people go away, but we're gonna keep making videos about them as long as they stay. The grown-ups in the room. All right, that's what she's saying. The grown-ups in the room. All right. This represents the box that she's in, because they never think outside of the box. They always stay in the box. They don't understand the struggles of everyday living in America under government tyranny. They don't get that. It really blows my mind that they don't get it. It really, I'm looking at these women and saying, wow, they're somebody's mom, right? That's somebody's mother right there. I wonder what our kids are like. I don't understand how these people are able to do anything functionally. How can you like just talk? How can you be this stupid? I don't get it. Like, how can you be this stupefied and have such a big platform of other stupefied people who enjoy listening to the stupidity? I don't get it.
Happening. And what I'm loving about this is you're really seeing Minority Speaker Hakeem Jeffries show what he is made of. You are seeing his leadership style. You are seeing that he can be bipartisan. He can get people together.
You're seeing that he's black. That's what she's saying. All right. He's black, so he's qualified. Hakeem Jeffries looks like he's awake, but he's asleep at the same damn time. All right. Hakeem Jeffries. Remember when Hakeem Jeffries brought a picture of Biggie Smalls in the Congress? Do y'all remember that?
I thank the distinguished gentleman from Maryland for yielding. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine, hanging pictures on my wall.
And you ain't black.
Every Saturday, Rap Attack, Mr. Magic, Marley Marl. Those were the words of the late, great, notorious B.I.G. Biggie Smalls.
Yeah, the notorious B.I.G. Congress member Hakeem Jeffries. How stupid is that? I mean, how stupid is it that you bring in Biggie Smalls? What kind of songs did Biggie Smalls actually record? What's the name of some of his albums? Oh, Ready to Die. This explains why Congress is crazy. Listen to Ready to Die. Okay. What else? What other songs did Biggie Smalls sing, right? Did you ever listen to his albums? Life after death. They want to kill us. They don't care. These people are wild, man. Don't you understand what's going on?
He said this. He said, he called Marjorie Taylor Greene. He said, Marjorie Taylor Greene is the star of the show. The show is called Republicans Gone Wild. House Republicans are either unwilling or unable to get her and the extreme MAGA Republicans under control. And so it's going to take.
So it's wild to lower the cost on everyday American living. It's wild to protect our borders, like put a lock on our door. It's wild to get crime under control, because these are the things that conservatives are concerned about. These are the things that I hear conservatives talking about. Now, if I were a person who had no allegiance to either party, and I looked at the platforms, or I actually studied the Democrats and what they've been doing for the last 3 years, and I thought about, what are the Republicans doing? Surely they must be doing something totally the same, because they're all government, right? Then I would actually look at some of the policies, and I would actually hear some of the speakers of Congress. I would hear some of the things they had to say about closing the borders, getting down inflation so people can have some freedom in their financial lifestyles, so people could afford things like bread, butter, and eggs. If you heard someone saying that, making that contrast, making that difference, I wonder how that would sound to the average person. But if you're black, then you're always doing a good job in Sonny's eyes.
Take a bipartisan coalition and partnership to accomplish that objective.
Yeah.
He is trying to serve our country and save our democracy. And I love him in that position.
Yes. I have mixed feelings on this, because Hakeem Jeffries is objectively being the adult in the room and saying keeping the lights on, keeping Congress functioning.
Sorry, adults don't listen to Biggie Smalls, honey. Okay? Real adults, like when you have the adults in the room, you have to judge these people by their fruit. Look at them. Look at what they're doing. Real adults would never play Ready to Die, sweetie. Hakeem Jeffries is a total beta male. All right, first of all, and he's not qualified. Everybody knows that. I mean, you can listen to him talk. He's not really qualified. He's just a script reader. All right, he's an order taker from Nancy Pelosi. But the Democrat Party is the party that is wrecking America, literally. I mean, I don't know other way to put it. The policies are awful, and then they don't realize the damage that they've caused until years later. That's the biggest issue. One of the biggest issues I have with the Democrats is like, it's almost as if it's purposeful that they're doing this, and that they want like the white America to suffer. And I don't agree with that. I hate that. That's the way it seems like it's going to be. I wouldn't want any group of people or any race to have to suffer for anything. All right. We want true prosperity for everyone. That's what I believe. That's what I believe God wants for all of us. But the division comes from doing things that are absolutely reckless and don't align with any of the Bible at all. Okay. So we got some people who just kind of cherry picking, out of the Bible and, telling us that, it's wrong, when God clearly when God is very clear in the Bible about what we're supposed to be doing and what we're not. Now, a lot of people obey the biblical commandments on a daily basis, and they don't even realize it. But for some reason, when it comes down to certain issues, we can't agree on them, like securing our border. We must let everybody in. We must let all the foreigners into our land. That's not the way it is. That's not the way it ever has been. You don't do that because you run the risk of letting people in that can tear everything up. Okay. You wouldn't let just strangers come in your house. Why would you just let strangers come in your country? This is the ideology behind the Democrat Party. All right. This is what they're pushing. They're pushing that. They're pushing lawlessness, basically. If you look at their cities, the crime rates are through the roof. And they say, oh, this is the same thing in the red states. It's a damn lie. It's a damn lie. Red states don't tolerate crime. Everybody knows that. Red states do not tolerate crime. Criminals know it. I know that. That's for sure. They don't just go to any red state and start a bunch of shenanigans. They know better. Okay. They know that they can go to the liberal cities and tear everything up and barely come out with a scratch. Okay. So, again, these people have no idea what they're talking about. But Biggie Hakeem Smalls Jeffries will never be a great Speaker of the House because he's simply unqualified. It'll be a DEI hire, basically. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. This has been Yup, I Said It.